My name is Tom Martin, and I'll be moderating the discussion this morning. It's a brand new year, 2017, and as you know, our sponsor today is GLSA, Group Legal Services Association, an affiliate of the American Bar Association. It's a professional membership organization representing the legal services plan industry and provider attorneys. And joining GLSA is just a good way for solos and small firms to increase their business. Please check it out at glsaonline.org. So today is something different. As you listeners know, every month GLSA provides you with speakers on topics that are relevant to your practice and industry and the legal industry in general. But today we're going to learn more about the valuable benefits that you receive as a GLSA member from GLSA's own president, Carrie Norris, President-elect Gene Clausen, and newer GLSA member, Haley Bowman. One of GLSA's New Year's resolutions was to expand its member benefits toward the end of a better serving its segmented membership, which includes attorneys, trustees, legal plan administrators, and legal technology entrepreneurs. So now that we're weeks into 2017, we'd like to follow up on that resolution by making you fully aware of all of the benefits you have as a member. And as a reminder, if you haven't already, remember to renew your GLSA membership today. Don't lose your valuable membership benefits. So with that, I'll just turn to the speakers, and if each of you can introduce yourself. Gene, if you can go first, and then Carrie and Haley.
Sure. Thanks, Tom. This is Gene Clausen, and I am not only President-elect of GLSA, but also Manager of Network Development at RUG, one of the legal plan providers who belongs to GLSA as well. I've worked with legal plans over 8 years and also do a lot of work with state and local bar associations and partnerships with them to help promote a better understanding of GLSA and legal plans. And through that experience, I've met many attorneys and especially the solo small practitioners who have implemented working with legal plan networks and have taken advantage of kind of building revenue for their firm through that partnership. So I'm excited to be here, and with that, I'll hand it over to Carrie to introduce herself.
Thank you, Jean. I appreciate that. I'm Carrie Coleman Norris. I am currently the chair of the Group Legal Services Association, and I'm also serving at the same time as chair of the American Bar Association's Standing Committee on Group and Prepaid Legal Services. And so both of those will expire this year, and I've been on the board for GLSA and on the Standing Committee for about 3 years. And it's a fantastic organization with so many wonderful things that we're going to talk about. My day job, I am the Senior Vice President of Regulatory Affairs and the Chief Legal Officer for Legal Shield. Formerly, Legal Shield was known as Prepaid Legal Services, and we are a legal services and provider. We are now in all 50 states, and we've been in business since 1972. So we love our business. We love our lawyers that we work with, our customers, and we love what we do, providing access to justice across North America. Tom?
Haley?
Great. Yep. I am Haley Bowman, and along with Jean, I do work at ROG, one of the legal plan administrators. And there I help develop our network of attorneys to provide services to our members. I, as Tom said, started with GLSA membership last year and kind of dove into the legal industry from digital marketing and sales background. And I've been involved in a few committees and working groups as part of GLSA. And it's been really a great way to get involved and make industry connections and really expand my knowledge on the industry in a short amount of time. I'm really happy to be here with you guys today.
Okay, great. And we're very happy to have all of you here. The first question I wanted to start with really is, what is GLSA's mission? You know, of course, one of the benefits is for an attorney is getting to be part of the different plans, but one of the things that occurred to me as a member myself is just to understand what is GLSA's mission overall. And Carrie, can you shed some light on that?
Absolutely. Our stated mission statement is advancing access to quality legal services through legal services plans and industry collaboration. All of us in our businesses probably have mission statements, but they can just be words on a paper. But for the GLSA, I think we should all look at what does that really mean. And it's not just legal plans and industry collaboration. What all of us at GLSA are focused on is something that's been in the legal industry for a long time, which is a way to provide meaningful access to justice for all Americans. We take that seriously. They're not just buzzwords. That's why the legal services industry was created and started. We do that through a variety of ways. We have educational programs and mentorship opportunities for the lawyers that serve customers of a legal plan. We also have collaborative relationships between the various plans and the industry leaders. For the attorneys out there, the GLSA is a fantastic business development opportunity in which you can participate in GLSA and also drive revenue to your business. All of that is aimed at, while it's all good for each of us as the lawyers, the plan administrators, the people involved, what it all does is it provides access to affordable legal services in a wide variety of ways. So that's really our mission statement. I know each of us that are involved either on the board or in the association or on a committee, we take it very seriously in our real jobs and in our practices, as well as in our GLSA and ABA lives. There really is no more critical time than to be talking about what legal plans do and what we provide and how it is not only a solution, but one of the best solutions out there that's been around and been proven to provide quality, affordable legal services to more people.
Well, that's great. And definitely, I agree with that mission. Otherwise, I wouldn't have become a member. But I also would like to understand who does the association presently serve? I mentioned before about membership being segmented. So if you can share with me, Jean, what is the membership made of?
Sure. Our membership, as Carrie kind of touched on, is the membership is made up of the attorneys. Some might be participating in plans, some may not be. Some might be through GLSA, through union plans that they're serving on. These attorneys are of all years of tenure and diversity and across the nation. Another piece of that, is Carrie mentioned, and as Haley and I touched on, the legal plan administrators. So the legal plan services are those companies that are offering legal plans to the public and are helping provide that access, but not only the access to the consumers, but making that connection between the attorneys and the consumers. Then we have our union trustees. So these are our union plans. And so the union plans are also a great way and a member that is a part of GLSA, not only part of the plan of the union side of the trustees that are setting up that union plan, but the attorneys that are serving that union plan as well. And then we have our legal plan sponsors. So sponsors that may offer support in the way of providing resources to all of our members through GLSA, might be providing sponsorship for our conferences or our meetings or teleconferences like this today. And so we're a very important piece of our organization, and obviously all of these pieces and components together are what make up GLSA and our membership, and really need all of those pieces to be successful. And it's a great symbiotic relationship where it's a universal place where the attorneys that are serving in the plans, the administrators who are basically selling and providing those plans and providing that, filling that need consumers have for legal insurance and legal services, and the union plans and those sponsors can all come together in a central place and have discussions about what's happening in the industry, what's working, what's not working, what's happening in the consumer market, and really have a great collaboration in understanding how we all impact each other and how can we all better serve each other in the success of providing that mission and fulfilling that mission to bring access to the people that need legal services. Again, as Carrie said, we take it very seriously, and we're really excited that this is a great opportunity for all of these entities to come together in a shared space and really collaborate. We always say one of the biggest benefits of Group Legal Services Association is the relationships, and that's definitely, I know myself as a member, one of the biggest benefits that I've experienced is meeting those attorneys that provide that service to the people that need those services, and the plans who are helping to create that conduit for the consumer to get to the attorneys. So.
Well, I think that's great. Also, I think as a member, as an attorney member, I guess at the beginning I was blindsided by the attorney part, and it's great to have plan administrators, trustees, the sponsors, all of which I've seen myself collaborate together, only through the organization as well as events, to enrich each other, and so that's a great benefit from being a member of GLSA.
Fantastic.
And in being a member of GLSA, there's different levels of membership, and there's regular voting, professional, young lawyers, ABA appointees, and GP solo. And there's quite a few different levels there. And Carrie, I was hoping, can you shed some light on what they mean, and how do you know which one is the right one for you?
Sure, and that's a great question. The GLSA is a really unique hybrid, I guess I should say, because the membership is very diverse as well as leadership is very diverse. And so I'm going to start kind of on the leadership level and then end up with the various memberships that everyone can have. So GLSA, which is now called GLSA, there was an ABA-appointed special committee, and then it became a standing committee in about 1975. And from there, it evolved into kind of a double group. And some of you may be familiar with an organization called the API, or American Prepaid Institute, which is the GLSA. So the leadership is made up of, interestingly, 7 ABA appointees, meaning they're ABA members that the ABA president appoints to participate in the GLSA, API, and the standing committee. And then there are also 9 elected members to the board for GLSA. So it's a really unique hybrid. People come to get involved and get engaged a variety of reasons. And so there's a way to come in from the ABA or a way to just come in from the association and get engaged and get involved. So membership, what does that mean, and how do you get there, and what are the various levels? We have a handful of membership categories. One of them is what we call a professional member. It's an annual membership, $100, and it's generally open to the lawyers who provide services to the consumers through legal plans. Or maybe they're interested in doing that type of work and they haven't done before. And so the professional member is a full member of the association. They have access to the mentoring and our website and our news briefs and our discounts that we're given. And they don't have to be AVA members to be a professional member. Anyone can do that. And then we also have regular or voting members. This is for an annual fee of $325. And what that allows, you get all the benefits that you would get of being a professional member and being involved and getting access to services, but you also have the right to be a voting member of the association and be able to elect and vote on the directors that I just talked about. And ultimately, regular voting members have the opportunity to serve and be nominated to serve on the board of directors. And they get a few other perks as well. Both professional members and regular voting members, with their annual fee, one of the big things we talk about that we think is a real benefit to our members is what we call the Universal app. And it is a program where you can go to our website, or you can fill it out the old-fashioned way with pen and paper. And you can, if you're a member, you are able to fill it out, submit it for free, and then your application goes to all of the participating legal plans, so that you can be reviewed and participate in their network of attorneys. The idea is you get to do 11 or 12 applications at once, as opposed to necessarily having to call and go to each individual plan's websites and try to figure out how to be admitted to their plan. So that's a real plus. And we'll talk more about that later, of course, which is, that's where a lot of the revenue generation and lead generation for your business can come from. All of our members have the opportunity to participate in that. We also have a membership, a professional membership for our friends in the ABA that are in GP Solo. It's a discounted rate for joint members of the GP Solo division within the ABA and those that join to be on GLSA. And then we do have an emeritus membership. It's a non-voting membership. And what the goal, of course, is we want to retain experience and memory and knowledge of our most experienced members and the leaders of this profession. There's no membership fee, and there are discounts on conference attendance. The category emeritus is available to those who meet certain criteria, that they've been a member of GLSA for about 15 years and they've served on the board of directors, and that they have reached either 60 years of age and are fully retired, or they're 70 years old or above. And we certainly encourage and like our emeritus members, because they add such knowledge and depth and value to the overall mission and purpose of GLSA. So those are some of the roles, and I know Jean and Haley are going to talk a little bit about what those memberships really afford you later, and so I kind of want to save that. But there's a lot of ways to get involved. You can just get involved and participate in our Universal app, or you can be a full voting member and really get engaged in the work of the association.
Well, with those different membership levels, it sounds like it's a great fit for anyone to get involved with GLSA.
It's certainly what we hope for and what we strive for. It's not necessarily a place where you have to have. We do welcome everyone, and we are a volunteer association of people who are passionate about and interested in the mission, and we welcome members who just want to come and get a few referrals and complete the Universal app. We welcome those members, and members who really want to get engaged and push the industry forward. We welcome those too. So there's absolutely price points that make it a little different and a little more affordable depending on where you are in your practice, as well as where you might have, we have opportunities for you to get as involved in the association and the activities as you want to be.
And speaking of the practice, I have a question for the lawyers. What will lawyers need to succeed in 2017? And if Jean and Haley, if you could answer that question, what will lawyers need to succeed in 2017, and how does GLSA fill those needs?
Sure. So it's a good question. It's a lot of variables to that question. So when you talk about what lawyers will need to succeed in 2017, I think it's always good to look at kind of, what's going on right now. And so, in a past industry email survey that GLSA had sent out, we learned that over 120 million Americans now have some form of legal plan. That's exciting news. So that's a huge national population of individuals that are now getting access to services through a legal plan benefit. And, what we've learned, is that legal plan benefits are very important on the consumer side. There's so many Americans now, as everyone knows, that many studies have shown that there's a lot of Americans that don't have access to legal services. And these aren't just the low income population, that this is also the moderate means individual, which is a majority of our population nowadays. And so I think it's important to understand kind of what's going on in both the consumer market, but then also the legal industry as well. As a lot of people are aware that there's been some changes on the ABA side, as far as really taking a look at the legal industry and say how can they better fill those consumer needs. And GLSA really is a big influencer in that, and also takes part in that conversation, not only with the ABA but in the consumer market, to learn what's going on in the industry itself, and then from there can better understand what will lawyers need to succeed in 2017. And through, those two perspectives, some of the things that attorneys will need to succeed is an understanding of consumer needs is an important kind of factor. And so learning that consumers need, diversity, consumers need, quick, efficient assistance, great customer service, and are looking to really connect with attorneys quickly and get help for their legal needs. And so GLSA really helps lawyers connect either through those legal plans or through their mission to get to those consumers and help attorneys understand what is going on and what's the climate of the market. The consumers of the legal market have changed. A lot of how they access services for other service industries is how they now want to access their legal services. And so GLSA provides a lot of education on kind of the temperature and climate of the market, what's going on in the consumer industry, and gives helpful tips and tricks and practices that attorneys can incorporate into their practice that'll help better meet those consumer needs. We do that through teleconferences, webinars, our annual conference, and so we provide CLEs and blog articles and white papers to really help put out some education and to help understand what's going on the consumer side of things. Another thing that lawyers would need to succeed, I would say, are tools and best practices which will bring efficiencies, increased customer service to their practice and into the legal industry. And so GLSA, through their sponsors, who are part of that membership, as we mentioned earlier, a lot of those sponsors are providing maybe technological resources, educational resources, different type of opportunities, maybe it's connections, maybe it's mentorships, where that's offering some of those tools and best practices which will help attorneys, and attorneys can choose from to incorporate into their practice. And every solo small attorney is different in what's going to help them build their practice. And so really GLSA members having the advantage of taking advantage of our sponsorships and the different things that GLSA offers to help attorneys, develop their practice, whether it's business acumen, whether it's technology and tools, or customer service. GLSA has a lot of opportunities to take advantage to help incorporate that into your firm. And I'd say a couple other things that lawyers will need to succeed in 2017 is obviously this applies to every year, but more business, expand revenue opportunities. A lot of times in the industry we hear from solo smalls, how can I get more clients? How do I connect with those clients? How to retain those clients? And GLSA is a fantastic opportunity to connect with legal plans, as Carrie said, through the universal application, and to connect with those legal plans, to connect with their members, and really have a supplemental revenue stream coming into your firm and to really build your practice. And then the last thing I would say to point out is an understanding of what's happening in the legal industry. As through either if you've been paying attention to what's going on with the ABA, and over the last couple of years, their commission on the future of legal services, understanding kind of what is the direction of the legal industry, what are some of those things that are needed from attorneys, how is the legal industry promoting the value of attorneys, and I'd say GLSA helps really connect to, again, the white papers, the articles, the teleconferences, to educate what's happening. And as Carrie said, we have our ABA appointed members that also help us stay in touch with what's going on in the industry. And then we also, GLSA is an active participant in some of the Commission of the Future of Legal Services and the initiatives that they have going on, such as the Legal Checkup and some other initiatives that we stay closely involved with so that we can help to educate our members and keep them in tune with what's happening in the industry and how is that impacting them. So that was a great question, Tom. There's so many things, but I'd say those are really understanding consumer needs, tools and practices that you can incorporate to build your efficiencies and customer experience, understand what's happening in the legal industry, and then expanding revenue opportunities. I think those are some main keys to help lawyers succeed in 2017.
Jean, this is Haley. I agree with you, and just building on what Jean shared, this question makes me think back to an article published by the ABA at the end of last year titled "Where's the Legal Industry Headed in 2017?" It included a panel of industry professionals like Jordan Furlong and quite a few others, in which a couple pieces of advice were offered that I feel are relevant to what lawyers will need to succeed this year. One of those pieces of advice in that article was to join a professional association or to network with your peers and get that high-level education that you need. Participation in GLSA allows you to build those collaborative relationships or business partnerships with other industry professionals and plan administrators and make those vital connections to advance your knowledge and career opportunities. And then two, be open-minded and adapt to the changing environment in the legal industry with specific focus on the lawyer-client and law firm-client relationship. I can't think of a better way to build relationships with legal service providers and start connecting with clients to continue to increase that lead generation and revenue growth for your legal practice going into the future.
Well, that sounds great to me. As a lawyer, I think that more business is always good. So those are some really great benefits to being a GLSA member, and I think those are great ways to succeed in this year. The flip side of that is the plan administrators, and I'd like to ask Carrie and Haley, what will plan administrators need to succeed in 2017, and how does GLSA fill those needs?
Well, and I'll start, and then I'd love Haley. I'm anxious to hear Haley's thoughts as well. Plans need, what do we need? We need more lawyers who are able to serve more customers, right? So that we're able to fulfill our mission. And we want lawyers who understand the particular customer needs, the particular customer service, and the focus that legal plans have. So we want lawyers that are bright, talented, legal scholars and experts in their areas, but that also have empathy and compassion and a way of looking at the legal profession that isn't necessarily the way we were all taught in law school. That's really what plan administrators want, and how does GLSA do that? And Jean and Haley sort of talked a little bit about this, which is, what do the lawyers want? And it's the same on the plan side as well, which is GLSA helps because it affords us an opportunity to create relationships with our attorneys in the network and those that want to be in the network. And so we can meet them, talk to them, see them face to face, and so that we're more on the same page. And so GLSA is a wonderful opportunity for the plans to kind of be out there and help meet and find lawyers who are interested in this type of legal service. And then it's not just meeting them, right? It's an ability to, when you engage in GLSA and the various activities, it's a way to build a meaningful relationship. It's always easier, with or without GLSA, right? When someone calls or your family calls and says, hey, I need a lawyer to do this issue. I mean, you refer to friends and family and people you know and people you trust, and GLSA really provides the plans and the attorneys an opportunity to develop those relationships so that there is networking and a mutual respect and a mutual relationship and conversation back and forth between the plans and the attorneys. So I think as plans, as we move into an era where new and different legal services are coming out, and with the ABA's Innovation Center that's been announced and launched earlier this year, as all of this is really bringing a new way of legal services to the forefront. What we've said all along is legal plans and GLSA have been doing it all along. And so what plans are looking for are lawyers who want to participate and engage in that process and to make it easier and to fulfill the mission because GLSA's mission is what most plans want, which is, to provide affordable access to quality and substantive legal services to more people. And GLSA is exactly a resource that allows plans to make those connections and those networks and those relationships with attorneys to make it happen. So, Haley, on your end, what do you have to add to that?
Sure. Just to piggyback on what you said, Carrie, definitely agree with you that plan administrators need to build partnerships with attorneys and firms who are committed to due diligence in their practice and who understand and focus on the client's needs and expectations in order to provide their members a quality experience. In 2017 specifically, I believe legal plan administrators will need to understand more and more how to make it as easy as possible for attorneys to partner with them and foster that business partnership. GLSA fills this need by providing a community of industry professionals as resources as well as education on each plan administrator, making it easy not only for attorneys to connect with the right fit in a plan administrator partner to benefit their practice, but also for plan administrators to find the right legal professionals to grow their network and provide legal services to their members.
Okay. We have the year ahead of us, and I'm wondering with what we have for this coming year, does GLSA have any volunteer opportunities? We just came out of, Carrie Lavelle's discussion last month about charity in your law practice, and with us just coming out of Christmas, are there any volunteer opportunities with GLSA?
And I'm going to jump in on this, and my answer would be absolutely. And so there's always opportunities, and I'm going to leave this to Jean to talk a little bit about getting engaged in sort of the day-to-day operations and the nuts and bolts of the GLSA through committee work. But, kind of what are we doing for volunteer opportunities in 2017? So we've started the year off with a program that I'm real excited about called Dine-Arounds. And when you go in the newsletter, you'll see a schedule and a list, and I know it's been on social media. If you haven't followed the GLSA Facebook page, I would encourage you to do that because there's always information and content and posts there as well. But Dine-Arounds are small dinner groups in a variety of cities across the country. Los Angeles has done one. We've done one here in Oklahoma, where it is GLSA members and non-GLSA members get together to talk a little bit about sort of what we're talking about today, which is what is GLSA and how does it work. But it's also, again, it's another opportunity to network and to meet people and to engage with attorneys and professionals in your similar field. So those are going on. I would encourage you to volunteer to participate, go as a guest. And if you see the list and there's not a Dine-Around at a location near you, to reach out to either myself or Jean or Tom, or you could send an email or make a note on the GLSA Facebook page. And if you would like to host a dinner, right, and get people together and talk about GLSA, we'll help provide information. So the Dine-Arounds is a really exciting initiative we have going on and would encourage each of you to get involved in. And that's really on a local level. on a broader level, obviously our annual conference, which is coming up in May in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's in partnership with the GP Solo Division of the American Bar Association. It's not local, but it's certainly an opportunity for you to get engaged and participate. And when you're there, there's opportunity to get involved and kind of volunteer, just help and support at our conference, as well as get engaged with GLSA leadership. So that's a really exciting one. The agenda is underway, and it's phenomenal topics and great speakers. Other things we have regular podcasts and webinars where and Tom can talk a little bit about this, where there's always opportunity to volunteer your skills and expertise to share with other members of the association. And we would welcome those opportunities and would encourage you to let us know if you're interested in doing that. And so there's a lot of ways that you can volunteer and get engaged on your local level, and as well as on the broader level. And we would encourage you to do that. Like I said, our social media page, both on Facebook and LinkedIn, are a good way to keep up with what's going on and what's the conversation and what's happening. And so those are a couple of big ideas. And Jean, I know you lead as president-elect our committee work. And if you could just sort of give a quick highlight of, a couple, 2 or 3 ideas of where committee opportunity is, because that's where a lot of our volunteer opportunity is.
Hi, Jean, are you there?
Oh, sorry, Tom. I didn't know you could hear. I had to move my microphone. So I would say Carrie is right. As one of the biggest opportunities that I've found over the years with GLSA is the ability to get involved. And involvement through our committees is huge. I think more than any other association I've been a part of, we are happy to take volunteers into those committees and present ideas. Those members present ideas that they're passionate about and that they want to work on, and that they have that opportunity to see it through. We have several committees. We have our membership committee. We have a sponsorship committee, which brings in our sponsors and helps support our programs like this. We also have education committee, marketing committee. So we have a lot of different committees that you can get involved with and find something that inspires you. And I'd say that we really do afford people an opportunity, whether they've been with us, a week or many years, as a member, to get involved in those committees and take part in, in all of those initiatives. One of our committees right now that we're all very excited about is the committee that's putting together our annual conference. So that's coming up in Scottsdale in May, and I know Carrie will touch on that and Tom will touch on that a little bit more towards the end, but that's where they're setting up a lot of great CLE programs and some fun events for everybody to get together in person and collaborate and have fun, get to know each other, work hard, play hard kind of theme, and just enjoy and meet those other people that are in the membership and you're working within those committees. And I would say it's huge. Our committees are a great way to get involved, as little or as much as you would like to. And we're excited to always have people let us know if they do see a committee online on our website that they're interested in. They can email myself, one of our staff, Tori or Ramon, and we're happy to get you incorporated and folded into that mix. We want your ideas and excited to just kind of let people run and build on it. And I think that's one of the fun things of being a member of GLSA, that you get to participate in.
And I could definitely, personally attest to that. As becoming a GLSA member, I've been able to get involved myself with, the education subcommittee and other committees, and I've been welcomed to that. And it's been really awesome to collaborate with people and to share my voice. And as far as sharing your voice, if there's anybody listening who would like to share the knowledge that they have with other GLSA members, feel free to contact me. And, we do teleconferences every month and and share that kind of knowledge with the members. And so I'd love to hear from you in that regard. The next question, though, that I have about membership benefits is when there's someone who's a member and they're looking at renewing or they're looking at becoming a member of GLSA. For Jean and Haley, what does GLSA have over other associations as long-term membership investment that makes it worthwhile?
Good question, Tom. I think something we always say at GLSA is join for the business and the relationships, stay for the experience. GLSA is really I've been a part of GLSA nearly 8 years now, an organization where uh, time goes fast. I feel like I could get involved, and it's just build my relationships, and I've learned so much about the legal plan industry, about the people that are serving the consumers and what consumers need for legal services. And so I think the experience of the partnerships, the friendships I've made, um, the committees I've been able to participate in, now being on the board and president-elect, I think there is a long-term track for individuals that want to develop within an organization and take on new career challenges and opportunities. That GLSA is really a channel where you can grow, and I think that there's lots of opportunities for that. I know I've experienced that personally, and I've seen others experience that. I would say, in addition to that, again, as Carrie mentioned earlier, something that GLSA offers as an association that some other legal associations might not offer is we have that universal application. So what that means, again, you can apply, fill out one application and submit to more than 12 legal plans, and know that that list is continuing to grow. So I think now we're up to 12 plans on there that you can apply to and participate in. And over the years, that has grown. So long term, as the legal needs are continuing to grow and new services are out there and being created, I only see that list continuing to grow and those revenue opportunities continuing to grow for attorneys. I think one of the other things that we offer is that networking with plan administrators directly. As an attorney participating in a plan, being able to voice to voice or face to face share your experience with plan administrators, share your feedback with plan administrators, and those administrators being very open to feedback and change and understanding how can we best fit into an attorney's practice and make it efficient for you and make it seamless for you so that you're really connecting with that client and truly get to focus on the client experience. So I think a long-term investment is just really having the ability to be a part of growing this industry, growing the mission to help people get access to legal services, and helping us all learn how to build that and how to change that and how best to approach that. So I think over time, as the industry changes, as needs change, I think that's a great way for all of us to connect as a long-term investment to help, really build this mission together. And then obviously the affiliation with the ABA as well that GLSA offers. And so there's the long-term investment there to also get involved with other divisions and associations with under the ABA umbrella. So I think as far as long-term, there's just so many growth opportunities and opportunities to participate in what's happening within legal plan services and how legal plans are helping solve access needs and getting people the help they need. So Haley, what is, from your perspective, I'd definitely be interested in hearing too, as a GLSA member, what's been, some of the short term and what do you see as the long term benefits to membership?
Definitely. Thanks, Jean. I am a member of other national and local associations, and when it comes to long-term member incentive, I really believe what GLSA offers are a couple things that I'll highlight. One, GLSA is, like both Carrie and Jean have mentioned, a community of industry professionals that you can connect with and continue to build those relationships, form business partnerships that are mutually beneficial. And two, being part of GLSA serves as an avenue of growth, both professional growth for people like me looking for opportunities to further develop my skills and gain new experiences and be able to leverage my expertise while building my resume, but also growth in the sense of growing your practice, building relationships, and expanding your knowledge about legal service providers in order to continue to increase your client base and make your practice as successful as possible as well.
So I wanted to highlight one thing, and then I'll turn it over to Eugene for you to wrap us up.
Sure.
And like I said, I've mentioned our social media. It's certainly a place to learn more about GLSA. I do, for those that are on the call, I encourage you to check out our conference. It's going to be at the Fairmont Scottsdale Princess in Scottsdale, Arizona on May 18th through May 20th. There is outstanding continuing education for legal plans, right? I mean, there's a 2-hour panel of the state of the industry, and it's different than you've seen or heard before. It is the business leaders and the business minds behind the legal industry, the legal plan industry, and in today's technological world. So I think that is going to be ideas and things you're not going to want to miss. But there's also substantive CLE that everyone can use in their day-to-day practices. As Jean highlighted, the GLSA and the GP Solo Conference really are work hard, play hard. I would suggest there's times where it's play hard, work some, but we certainly want everyone to know that they're coming and getting valuable and substantive CLE. So you can go to glsaonline.org/conference and check out more information. Would encourage everyone to participate in that event, and it's truly a great way to kind of dive in head first and see what the association's all about, meet the people, and as Jean said, we all participate. We have busy lives, both professionally. Most of us are volunteers and community activists in other ways. And GLSA is a really wonderful association that you can really jump into, get engaged in, be as involved as you want to be, develop personally and professionally, and make some really phenomenal lifelong friends along the way. And so I'm going to conclude, give it over to Jean, and I look forward to meeting and seeing all of you, if not before, in Scottsdale in just a couple of months. So Jean, I'll give it back to you and let you wrap it up.
Fantastic. Tom, did we get you back or not?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, good.
I'm not
Okay.
sure what happened there. Yeah, I just wanted to thank all of you. That was a tremendous amount of really great and useful information about the value that GLSA provides to its members. And as a reminder, if you haven't done already, you the listeners, remember to renew your GLSA membership today. Don't lose your valuable membership benefits. Remember, if you don't renew, your online profile may be deactivated by February 1st, and you'll miss out on the $100 member discount on the Scottsdale conference, which is going to have some really great speakers and CLEs available. So renew today. We do have a couple of questions. I'll try to make it quick, but one is, what kind of cases can I expect to get if I join a panel? And that's from Tori.
Tom, I can take that one. This is Jean. I can take that one.
Okay, great.
Tori, thank you for your question. Definitely, I think it's going to vary by plan, but in general, a lot of those general practice area type needs that consumers have, so your wills and estate planning needs, your bankruptcy, your family matters, real estate type matters, and now a lot of plans are offering, more identity theft, tax matters, minor traffic, and so there's a wide range of type of cases and clients' issues that you can receive as participating in those plans. But again, each plan is going to have variations on the type of coverage that they're offering to those members that they have. And so definitely as you connect with each of those plans, they will share more information in detail. But I would say it's a wide range of general practice areas. And so definitely If you're wondering if you practice in an area that one of those plans or any of those plans might be serving consumers in your area with, don't hesitate to call or complete that universal online application, and we can definitely connect with you directly. So I appreciate that question. Thank you.
That's fantastic, and I just want to thank Eugene, Carrie, and Haley for taking time out of your busy days today to make us more aware of the benefits that come from membership in GLSA. And I want to thank all of our listeners today for attending our teleconference review of GLSA's 2017 member benefits with Carrie Norris, Gene Clausen, and Haley Bowman. Again, this is Tom Martin, the moderator. I want to thank GLSA again for hosting. Remember, joining GLSA is just a good way for solos and small firms to increase their business. And check us out on glsaonline.org. See you next month.